Hey guys, today's Vampire Weekend, or should I say Vampire Sunday, because I uploaded a video with a vampire in it, and I'm doing another one. This is Rune, issue number one from Malibu Comics. It's made by Moench and Kyle Hotz, and I believe Tim Bradstreet, could be wrong. He's the inker. I'm a big fan of Malibu Comics. I don't have everything, but I try to get as much as possible. This is a three-parter. This is, the continuation is with this one and then this one. You know that I really like Doc Moench. That's how you say it. Writing style. And I'm also a very big fan of Kyle Hotz. And because his art is so incredibly detailed and his art is perfect for horror or horror-esque stories. So let's dive in. We see here hurling through space in some kind of a comet. And the comet is some kind of an emissary. And it landed millions of years here on Earth. And it says, for eons the alien emissary lay dormant, passively awaiting the development of local intelligence, eagerly anticipating the rise of souls worth preying on. And so, at one time, they came. And they worship the stone or the meteorite. But, the meteorite or whatever it's inside is manipulating the minds and hearts of those who came and try to turn on each other. And thus, they basically murder each other out and their souls being absorbed by the strange stone that came from the stars. It's really cool. And then at one point, something is coming out of this meteorite. And that's, they call it the heart of darkness, I believe. And then it waited for very years and years, maybe millennia. And then other, let's say, higher forms of intelligence came. They are curious. And they are, building something with, from the meteorite. They're building some kind of let's say, a temple or a statue or something, right? And then it starts again. The gem is hungry. It needs souls. And then, the killing starts again and again and again and again. And also, as you can see, it also attracts other people. And they have some kind of a symbiotic relationship, the lure and the trap, as they call it here. It looks really cool. But then at one point, a barbarian comes. And the barbarian is, let's say, I can read it here. Finally, the alien gem drew one whose strength and ruthlessness was indomitable, whose greed was unmatched, whose soul the Christoid consciousness realized was there. What does it say? Sorry. And was therefore perfect. And I'm not sure this is Rune, but I'm not sure if he's already a vampire here. Look at this. He has fangs and here as well, and here as well. And the crystal realizes that this was the perfect way to get out of here, because at some point there would come nobody anymore, so he cannot feed. And he sees then that this barbarian can help it to get away from where he is now. So he let the barbarian just crush the stone, and then somehow Rune has been captured with visions of what's to come and who he is transforming into. So I'm not sure if this is the real origin of the Rune that we are now, because Rune is more like an energy vampire, and I believe maybe he is here just a normal vampire. I'm not entirely sure. And also the real origin of Rune is that he's created by Barry Winsor Smith, by the way, and another guy. He came from the stars, so he was already an energy vampire, I believe. So maybe this is some kind of a reimagining. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks fantastic. Let me say, where were we? Then, letting the visions fade, the gem surrendered itself to the thief's swords, knowing that only shattered it become mobile. Now it would have legs to prowl the world as an active predator. It was done, and yet the emissary did not know it, for its consciousness has been dispersed in the shower of stones. So yeah, this is like say the birth of, these are his cosmic power stones, I guess. It's not really power stones, but you know what I'm getting. It's more like his energy source. And now he's not only, using the power to suck the souls out, but also blood to sustain himself. So they really have some kind of a symbiotic relationship, and it also gives Rune way, way, way more power. And don't get me wrong, Rune is not a good guy at all. Rune is a bad guy to the core. He's a truly evil being. His only, motive is, more power and more blood and more souls and stuff like that. I like it. And look at this, looks great. So we can continue. So in the now, and Rune sits here on some type of top of a building, and he says, even after the partial destruction, it still holds more concentrated power than any other site on Earth. And what he means with that is in this timeline, there's a group called the Exiles, and that's a story for another time. The Exiles just, I don't know, has some kind of an event. Parts of New York was destroyed, and there's that. So this is probably the aftermath. So he says, so it remains the perfect place to spend another sliver of the infinite time and to add to my own power. The perfect place to pray and to feed. Meanwhile, in Africa, there's a couple of guys that, deforest the planet, deforest the forest. But this is where the heart of darkness still lies. Parts of it. And like I said, it cannot feed anymore. Because the hearts of dark, part of the hearts of darkness is in possession of Rune, but the rest is still laying here. And then now that the new humans come of their own volition here to this place, the heart reassembles itself and, uses its power to, hypnotize, probably, take over the minds of these weak people. But it realizes that it's something missing, but it doesn't know what, because it cannot remember somehow that long time ago, millennia before, that Rune was here, shattered the stone, and, took parts of this crystal with it. So it doesn't remember, but it knows that something is missing. And you can see they are sucking the souls out again, but also, maybe these are soulless people, but they are now controlled by this crystal, and they are going into the world looking for what they are missing. So basically, this crystal sends these humans to do his evil bidding. He looks like a goth rocker. So he stands there casually and he says, wealth is a form of power. And this woman says, she's rich. He says, you are wealthy? Yes. Why? Yes, I am. Then I want you. Yes, of course. We can go back to my penthouse. And this guy is a driver. Meanwhile, the Africans come here and still under, the crystal's influences, and lure this, guy that works at the airport to its doom. And, they are dead now. And, absorbed into this. Looks great, man, all these faces here. And they are searching for Rune, of course. Rune is here then at the, penthouse. And it looks fucking awesome with all this lightning. And she says, such strange crystals, beautiful but weird, like your name. Are they the keepsakes, Rune? They are symbiotic sources of power. I feed them, and they in turn enable me to feed. She says, feed? On the blood and the souls of mortals, such as you. Look at this face, man. This looks so cool. So creepy. So the driver's dead. And she says, yeah, take me, take all of me. But then he says, your blood was sweet, woman, but your soul was so richer than of your driver, proving that power of wealth is but an illusion to hunger like mine. And then something happening, so one of his stones is burning him, and he doesn't know how. So one of the rune stones is now blacked or blackened. How? Don't know. So, but then tendrils come out of this stone and, try to, engulf him or something, turning its power against Rune. And he doesn't know what to do because it's all new to him. Meanwhile, the crystal is now at the, ground zero of the attack. And is very satisfied somehow. I don't know how you can call it. It established contact with one of its missing pieces. The long ago thief is being punished. Soulless bodies stand ready to obey every command. They are consumed as it is trapped in sweet horror, and the ecstasy has only begun. And that leads us to the next one. This is also a flip book, with another rune story with horrible art, in my opinion. Look at this. This looks not good at all. Nope. So we're not going to do this. We only do the fun one with Doc Moench and Kyle Hotz and Bradstreet. So guys, let me know what you think about this comic. This is a free part. It's perfect for my channel. Just great stuff. Another vampire comic, Vampirella and Hemorrhage Part 2 coming tomorrow. Okay, guys, see you later. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend. Vampire weekend.